albums. So it's safe to say, as far as the rap front, particularly since the whole YSL trial has really been in full effect, I don't know if you guys notice it, but I feel like that whole side has kind of fell back a little, especially as far as being as forward as they were with with their music and stuff. Um, Lil Yachty, who's part of QC. QC obviously has had a very rough past couple months, years, between their close affiliates being locked up and incarcerated to the death of Takeoff and all that. In fact, I think this is probably the first project from them since the death of Takeoff, if I'm not mistaken. And so Lil Yachty dropped the album called Let's Start Here. I don't think this was an album. This album's very interesting to me because I listened to it. I don't know if y'all got a chance to really listen to it.
I actually listened to it today. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I think I did.
The whole thing?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's a little, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet. No.
Okay. Well, yeah. So obviously, I don't know if you heard or most people know, it is by no means a rap album. I don't think there's one.
Not at all.
There's not one rap song on it. So it's completely kind of like basically like psychedelic music, kind of psychedelic rock, I guess you could kind of say, or just like
it's labeled as
like
alternative. It's labeled as alternative.
Yeah, but specifically it's psychedelic. Like psychedelic is just not really a genre anymore, but that's where it was inspired musically. That's what inspired him. So my thoughts on it, I think it's all right. I feel like I was at least able to listen to it straight through. I feel like there's parts of it that get very repetitive because I couldn't really differentiate between certain songs and the other because they kind of have that same kind of vibe. But some of them are pretty good, bro. He has no features from any rappers. There's just like I think a singer on there and a guitarist, and like I said, it's very like psychedelic-y. Personally, I think this was an attempt, or Lil Yachty's version of kind of like how we've seen artists like Tyler the Creator kind of go a different route instead of just rapping and make, like he did the Igor thing, stuff like that. And I feel like Lil Yachty is he's at a point in his career where it's kind of at like a standstill because he's not nobody's real favorite rapper, but at the same time, he's not no one's least favorite rapper, if that makes sense. Like he's kind of just there. And I feel like this album was his attempt to kind of like, get in there. And on top of that, maybe even get a Grammy. Although I don't think this is Grammy worthy. I don't think the Grammy is going to recognize this as that, especially not the way they did Igor. But EJ, first before we even get into questions, let me ask you, what was your take on it from what you heard?
So yeah, I listened to it, and at first I was like, I don't know, but then I like, cause I actually went for a run and I was listening to it. You feel me? And I was like, this is that type of music that
I wouldn't run to it.
yeah. Like I wouldn't run to it. I just went on a run to it. But like you gotta be in a specific vibe to listen to it. Like I was like listening to it. I'm like, it sounds like maybe some movies will pick some of the tracks up. Maybe some series or type stuff. Like I feel like
I can see it.
He's going with that. And yeah, like when I seen that he did that, I think he even said something. He came out and said, "I want to be noticed as like an artist, not only a rapper type deal." He went out and said that. I don't know where he said it, but I honestly feel like you're gonna see a lot more of that. Way more than like we think. Like a lot more artists are gonna start doing that, and I think it's dope, man. Just jump out and test the waters. Not necessarily test the waters, but just get more creative than staying in a box of rap. Sounds pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah, man. It definitely gives rappers a run for their money because, and again, because Lil Yachty, while I wouldn't necessarily call him a gangster rapper, he always was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like he would rap. And I think him doing this at least is a glimpse of what other rappers could possibly try to do if they don't want to straight up rap about, like the stuff that Lil Baby. Because again, I agree with Clay's position on when we talked about the Lil Baby album. Like it just, I just don't get the hype of him no more. Like I just don't see. Like not even trying to clown him or nothing, but it's just dude, it's the same over and over, and it's like, yeah, it was cool, but it's like now it's like, dog, what else can you give us? You know what I'm saying? And it's different to me when there's these artists, they don't really got nothing to give, but they keep giving. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at least niggas like Lil Yachty will take a step back because we haven't heard from him. I think his last shit he dropped was like about a year or two ago. Like, he's not one of those artists who just drops. At least, you know, like, at least take the moment to step back and be like, all right, what can I do different? But then you have artists like the Baby and Lil Baby and the Migos, and they'll be like, my new album, you know, is different. I was in the studio, I was locked in this time. It's so different. I just feel I was in a different headspace. Y'all ain't never heard me like this.
But that's
you listen to the album, it's like, no, this is the same shit you've been doing. This is like when you came out.
But that's I feel like that's the stage. I feel like honestly, that's the stage that kind of rap is in right now. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you really think about it, maybe y'all could tell me here. I'm gonna start it off again. Y'all, if I'm wrong, correct me. You know, we about to get flamed again on Instagram. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I ain't really see no new rappers really like pop lately. You see like a few TikTok songs and them get hot off TikTok. But when I say pop, like go A-list type, you don't really see that no more.
The last one I think what's his name? White boy. What was his name again? Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
And that was and that lasted like a month.
So you don't.
Yeah, that thing lasted like a month. Niggas see him now and it's like, yo, where's like?
So you don't even know where he is.
Yeah, so you don't really see that no more. So
he has like a KFC. I be seeing this nigga in KFC commercials, and then I know he dropped that video with Drake when they were like the horse track, but that was cool for like a week, and then I see shit about that.
If your song don't pop on TikTok when it comes to rap, like if your song not popping on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, and when it pops on TikTok, you gonna get a little buzz, but eventually that buzz dies down, and then the next one pops. You don't necessarily see like a rapper that, you know, a new rapper that comes out. That's just comes out and just popping and dropping albums, and you know what I'm saying, popping.
Man, because we not even in that stage no more where a rap song will come out and it'll just stay hot for like almost a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just dope. Even if it does get hot, like look at that song when Young Thug and them had came out with, that everyone was on the what the fuck? I don't remember what it was called.
Ski.
Ski. Yes, when Ski. Everybody was on Ski, and it was like super popular. And then it just like vanished out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I thought Ski was going to be the next joint that was like going to carry on for a year or two of people going crazy, but it just died.
Yeah.
And then here's another one. People going probably get mad that I say this. Like right now, all I'm seeing is when it comes to like lasting a little longer, because I don't know how they're going to do afterwards, but it's the females, bro. The only ones that I'm seeing right now is Glorilla and Ice
even
Spice.
that too. Cap, I feel like that is still within a certain hype. It's just like I feel like right now it's hype to be a female artist in a certain way, and I think even that might die down, bro. Because not gonna lie to you, like even with what was the female rap movement started as a unity thing, and they were more unified than the men, which is kind of what their thing was like, yo, we all on the same page, and like all y'all male rappers. But now all of them are getting to the same thing too. Like they're all divided, not only between like their personal beefs they got with each other, but they're kind of like the way they rap and how and what they're like.
They bullying up with the homies. They're not even clicking with the girls no more. Now they bullied up with the homies on the corner, holding bottles of Henny, talking they shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So you know, because even like the subject matter, like you know, like what's her name? I think like Meg Thee Stallion's rap and like City Girls, for example, is way different than Glorilla. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to Glorilla shit, and it's not just her just rapping about sex. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously she has that in there, but she's got like I think her own specific kind of like, you know what I mean? Like thing that she do. But again, like I said, even like I feel like with the females right now is 10, bro. Because all Cardi B is obviously still Cardi B because she made a whole image of herself and she's still popping as a person.
She came out in that time when you can pop with rapping and you can stay. Right now it seems like they popping and gone. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, like
even her shit,
Glorilla,
the last track was that track with Ye and Dirk, and that wasn't hitting. Like niggas ain't playing that like that.
She said it in an interview. She said in the interview she just dropped that just to kind of drop that. She ain't really want to drop that song.
Because look, right now, okay, so we see Glorilla, what she doing, and we'll see. I don't know how the album went. I listened to it; it was pretty straight. But right now, you got the other chick, Lola. The don't play with it. Come on, baby. That chick. Like she's.
Oh, she the one who make that?
Yeah,
even that to me, that's like a TikTok song. It's not even like a real. You're not gonna jump in nobody's car and be like, "Yo, play that, don't play with it." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so not.
So right now, I think she's overpowering Glorilla.
Part of that song I know. Huh?
Yeah, I think she's overpowering Glorilla right now. Glorilla Shine.
You think so? What's her name? What's her name again?
Lola Brooke.
Lola Brooke. And actually, shout out to my homie Dizzy Banco, because my boy Dizzy made the beat. I don't know him personally, but he good people. So shout out to Dizzy.
I think she's
I didn't even know his name.
Glorilla a little bit. I could see it happening.
Next to Glorilla, I keep hearing Lotto. I don't even know what she look like, but I know people keep talking about Lotto. Yeah, she's a rapper, right?
But she's been around for a minute. Like she's been around like for a little minute.
Yeah, I learned she was one of them kids on that rapping show that Jermaine Dupri did.
Yeah, long time
ago. Yeah.
Rapping show?
Yeah, dude. You remember the show Jermaine Dupri did like a few years ago? Like it was a while ago, maybe like a little less than 10 years ago.
When I was on Netflix?
No, not Netflix. It was on TV, and it was like a group of kids that they were rappers and they were all trying to be like stars. And they were like 13, 14 years old. She was on the show.
Yeah, I remember that. Actually, Rachel told me that. Rachel was like, "Yo, hold up. That's I think they called her Lil Lotto at the time."
Something like that, yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh,
that's crazy."
But yeah, just like Rachel said, she put our attention span is short now. I'm over songs faster from social media. That's right, bro. Because you hear so much clips, it's like, I'm not gonna listen to that no more.
Yeah. Then when I hear it on the radio, all I'm thinking is like, oh my God, who's playing a TikTok?
Word. But yeah, so that was just our little take on the Lil Yachty album. At the end of the day, I hope other artists and rappers venture into new sounds. This sound seems like it works for Lil Yachty, because another thing that he did that the other rappers sometimes don't do, what I like that he actually did, like they'll make an album that's different, you know what I'm saying? But then they won't have a lot of vocals on it. They'll have vocals here and there, but they'll get other musicians to kind of put. But he had a lot of vocals on this album. Maybe he wrote the lyrics, but he had a lot of vocals and he sounded good. I don't think he sounded off. I don't think he sounded out of place. He sounded good.
If he keeps it up, I feel like he's gonna get better and better and make better music with that. So I feel like that's a dope.
Yeah, and I hope he keeps experimenting like that outside of just rapping. I do wish that this album maybe had 2 or 3 songs on there that were a little bit more kind of like hip hoppy, at least.
Yeah.
Because like I said, once you get past like
he had everybody buzzing with that Poland track. That Poland track hard. I ain't gonna lie. That's
and again,
best beats of 2022.
Word. And even now when it's like, it's not straight up, it's not like no rock or nothing like that, but it's not straight up him rapping. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of wish he had thrown like 2, 3 joints on there like that. Yeah, but he didn't. So by the time you get to like the 6th or 7th song, it's kind of like, and like EJ said, you got to be in a specific mood. It's kind of very moody, kind of, sad, dramatic, and kind of like depressing, so, but it did sound good. So shout out to Lil Yachty for that. Let's keep it moving because we got